Good day guys, this is your boy, the future educator of BPE 31. So today guys, we're talking about two articles. And this is the first article, Thinking Straight, Acting Bent, Heteronormativity and Homosexuality. When one thinks of pure heteronormativity, the belief system that underlies institutionalized heterosexuality represents the prevailing paradigm in Western society and provides an idea of the division of labor, wealth, and power, the hierarchies of gender, race, class, and ideological one struggles for meaning, requires, and value. In this chapter, I argued that concern with gender in feminist science obscures the importance of heterosexuality as a primary institution, along with the organization of rituals and disciplinary practices that regulate action. First, most feminist and gender scholars define gender as a relational concept based on the assumption of relationship between boys and girls. These sources often refer to gender based on person's gender or their masculine or feminine as the basis of their gender. The second but relevant assumption operating with these definitions is the view that there are only two genders, male and female, and that they are fixed and stable categories beyond naturally constructive activity and no need to argue. Such notions have been pressured and clarified by researchers from all walks of life in recent years. The third hypothesis in gender building is the opposition of men against women. Heterosexuality and homosexual, it is not clear what constitutes opposition and why we stick to binary categories rather than the idea that human psychology and anatomy, desires, and social behavior are all subject to change. Heteronormativity, thinking straight, causes us to see everything as being rooted in sexuality, and it hinders us from understanding the social world as it is. We can observe gender and sexuality are historically flexible, constantly changing over the lifespan and in direct proportion to applied or challenged regulative influences by shifting away from the heterosexual imaginary or thinking straight. So guys, we are done with our first article, so we're heading up to our second. This is the complexity of intersectionality. The intersectionality of complexity, the link among many dimensions and modalities of social relation and subject formations. McCall defines intersectionality. She outlines three techniques to analyzing the link between diverse social categories in the first part of the essay, which are characterized by their use and understanding of these categories. The term intersectionality was used by critical race theorist Kimberly Crenshaw in 1989 in the late 1980s to explain the interconnection and interdependencies between race, gender, and class in Black women. Their goal was to demonstrate how feminist and anti-racist theories could not explain the lives and challenges of women of color. Furthermore, if the focus of the analysis while using the intercategorical technique is the relationship of pay inequality itself, she may be limiting rather than expanding the breadth of approach, using categories as a starting point for analyzing multiple oppressions such as gender, race, sexuality, class, age, disability, and so on. McCall's contribution to feminism and social theory is now widely acknowledged, and as previously said, intersectionality is quickly gaining traction in feminist analytic philosophy. As implied in the title, the study of intersectionality entails tremendous complexity. To our minds, feminist analytic philosophers would deal with the complexities of intersectionality for two reasons.